Cincinnati by asking for a trade. The Bengals gave Higgins the one-year franchise tag worth just under $22 million for the upcoming season. With this in mind, let's take a look at some notable wide receiver moves thus far, like another Bengals wide receiver, Tyler Boyd, entering free agency, while Gabe Davis signed with Jacksonville, and MVS being released by the Chiefs. All right, Nick, you're up first. With this wide receiver movement, who needs Higgins the most? Would you go Joe B, Josh Allen, Patty Mahomes?
I mean, I think this is obvious and easy. It's Patrick Mahomes. Who needs him the most? He's the only one who doesn't have a true number one receiver. I don't know how good Tee Higgins will be away from Jamar Chase, but I know that he's better than what Patrick Mahomes has been dealing with. I know that he can catch. I know that he can get behind defenses and compromise them. I think if you come to the conclusion that it's anybody else other than them, what are you saying about the receivers that, like, Stephon Diggs is a good receiver. He's a true number one receiver. Jamar Chase, arguably the best receiver in the league next to Justin Jefferson. Those are good receivers. Those are teams that don't need another receiver. I think that you could reasonably make the argument that Joe Burrow has gotten accustomed to it and likes having both of those guys. But you see his numbers with or without Tee Higgins on the field, they're about the same. Slightly better, honestly, with Jamar Chase and no Tee Higgins. So I think it's obvious that it's Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, I won't go there. And I like Higgins. He's very good. I won't go there because they've won 2 Super Bowls already without a great receiver. And I got Kelsey, who I count as a great receiver anyway, as the tight end. So as a result, I'm not going to Kansas City. Cincinnati does have Chase, who's great. I am down on Diggs. I'm down on him.
Oh, wow.
He had a terrible, he dropped it. They would have won the game. If you are that good and claim you're that good, catch the ball in the game against Kansas City on the bomb. He catches that ball in their last drive. Buffalo beats the Chiefs, and Buffalo might have won a Super Bowl. He had a wide open pass. He caught it. They would have had a first down at the Kansas City 30-yard line with 2:20 to go in the game.
I can't with you. Just boiling everything down to one play.
Well, I mean,
one play.
That's what championships are won, though, Dom. It's one play.
I agree. That doesn't mean
plays,
that
big-time players make big-time plays.
You're cooking with gas.
Moments.
So the only reason why
you look good, you feel good. You want me to keep going? Shout to Dion.
Yeah, feel good,
you
play good. You play good, they pay good.
Tyree doesn't make that catch against the Patriots off his helmet.
All right, but let's be honest. Let's be honest. Do you have more moments than that, or you're just down on that one Diggs moment?
I'm down on Diggs. You know, Diggs throwing his helmet. He's a little bit mad.
Here we go. Here we go. It's not about
what's the matter?
It's not about the play on the field. It's not about. You didn't like how he conducts himself.
You like the way he conducts himself?
I mean, I don't get involved in all that.
I love the way that he conducts himself. You know what? You know what?
Wow.
You know what?
Gotcha.
Josh Allen was not the Josh Allen that we know until Stephon Diggs got there.
Hello.
Josh Allen struggled against man coverage. Josh Allen had people saying, see, you shouldn't have drafted him at that spot. You know who shows up to the rescue? Stephon Diggs. And his ability to beat man coverage is what bought Josh Allen the time to become the quarterback that he is now. I'm not saying that now that Josh Allen can't live without Stephon Diggs. Obviously he could towards the end of last season. They did just fine without focusing on Stephon Diggs. But he still has gravity on the field. So if this is a debate about how good Stephon Diggs is, this to me is a different conversation and a waste of time.
You guys
However,
have him.
the first argument you made is part of the problem is Patrick Mahomes has created these expectations. And as someone who is like incredibly awesome, I understand how it feels, is people want you to be awesome all the time. Sometimes you need a little help. Like, I'm sure you don't understand what this feels like, but sometimes you need a little help. And just because he's won a couple Super Bowls in a row does not mean that their roster does not have weaknesses.
I'm with
their roster has weaknesses.
You making sense except for somebody who's pretty awesome myself. I know.
I'm accustomed to it. It's tough.
All right. So, Doggy, I'm disappointed in you.
What are you disappointed in me for?
So many things.
You guys are loving Diggs, and I'm down on you. What are you throwing me on the bus for?
I didn't say anything. I'm a journalist. I asked the questions. I dug, and I got to the root of it.
Boom. But so my answer is different from both of you. I think Joe Burrow needs Tee Higgins more because it's not. We're talking about the Eagles and what makes them so frightening. It's like, well, where are you gonna stop them? Like, they've got 2 great wide receivers, they've got a great running back, they've got a great tight end, right? When I look at the Bengals, like, just because they have Jamar Chase doesn't mean that, oh, well, they're good with just him. Also, keep in mind, Tyler Boyd, like the three of them together and Joe Mixon playing better, is what got them to that Super Bowl too, right?
Correct.
Okay, so now we've got Joe Mixon gone, you've got Tyler Boyd potentially gone, you got this organization that has never been hard-pressed to say, oh, you want to trade? Okay. They might sit there and not trade him, right? But you also have, keep in mind, offensive tackle Jonah Williams, gone to Arizona. Like, there are other things that when I look at this Cincinnati offense where just because your point about Patrick Mahomes, like, just because he doesn't need it doesn't mean he shouldn't have it.
Right.
That would be my argument for Joe.
Okay,
That would be my argument for Joe Burrow as well.
Fine. Then get him a tackle. What he don't need is another number one receiver. Like, I like the idea of keeping him there to make this run on a franchise tag. I don't hate that idea at all.
Okay.
But making the point that he needs him more, he does not need him more than Patrick Mahomes. And Kelsey's great, but Kelsey's not stretching the field the way that a true number one receiver would.
But I'm going to flip your point about the Chiefs. Like, you're saying, why make Patrick Mahomes' life harder? Get him a true number one, except we have seen Patrick Mahomes do more with less. So when you talk about need, the counter to that is I've seen the Bengals get to a Super Bowl and not win it.
Agreed.
So why strip from a team that we haven't seen get to the Super Bowl?
Because we have a salary cap. I would love to do away with the salary cap also. But the fact of the matter is you're going to have to make some decisions. And we saw that the Chiefs made the decision to move on from Tyreek Hill. And there are certain, so like we talk about Kirk Cousins. We don't think Kirk Cousins, or I don't think Kirk Cousins is a Super Bowl caliber quarterback without a lot of help around him. Jared Goff, another example. I think that Joe Burrow is a step above that. I think he's better than them. So you know what you do when you have a guy like that, like Patrick Mahomes, who can lift the people around them? I'm not saying get rid of Chase and Higgins. I'm not even saying get rid of Higgins this year. I'm just saying he don't need Chase and Higgins. He's that type of good.
But you said you're not opposed to holding on to Higgins for this year.
For
Why?
this year, right. No, because he's great. He's a great player.
So again,
why y'all don't like the questions? You just don't. Who needs him the most? Joe Burrow don't need him the most because Jamar Chase is there. Patrick Mahomes, name his top receiver. Rice, he could use him. Why? Like, it's okay to stop. Just because it's first take, y'all don't have to lie. You can stop and be like, hey, you know what? Got me there, Fox. My fault. That's it.
I think you definitely got to say the Bills. I'm surprised at you two. The Chiefs
won the Super Bowls.
Not one, two.
Yeah, I said it.
All right, two Super Bowls.
Hey,
Cincinnati, you just answered your own question with Chase.
And
one of the top three receivers in football.
Come on,
I got to go to break.
Come on, that is ridiculous. Stop at the brakes. I'm not done yet.
The Chiefs are going for a three-peat, in case you didn't know, Magic.
I understand.
Was that in your almanac?
Chiefs are doing just fine, Dominique.
Buffalo needs another receiver. Higgins to the Bills. Go ahead.
I'm allowed to go?
You may continue.
Brian Windhorst is coming back.
Oh, we got
Windhorst?
What's his name?
Brian Windhorst.
Not Windhurst.
Windy.
Okay, Windy.
The Nuggets shut down the Heat last night in a...
Hello. Xin chào tất cả mọi người. Chào mọi người nha. Ngày hôm nay là một ngày đẹp trời nên mình sẽ tô một sản phẩm đẹp nhất để cho mọi người xem. Và các bạn thấy hay, hãy cho mình một lượt like và một lượt đăng ký kênh để ủng hộ mình. Mình cảm ơn các bạn rất là nhiều. Và bây giờ mình sẽ đi thôi vào thôi.
Máy có game đó, nhớ là đúng.
Bây giờ mình sẽ tiếp tục tò mò nha các bạn.
Cái máy có game là anh cho album mà xóa thì xóa album cho là mất hết cái chỗ tải mà.
Vâng.
Chưa?
Vâng.
Hy vọng thuyết phục.
Rồi mình nhắc tôi một xong, nếu bạn thấy hay cho mình xin một like và đăng ký kênh. Cảm ơn tất cả các bạn rất là nhiều. Mấy má tôi về mình nhạc mà nhạc hay. Rồi. Bây giờ mình sẽ tiếp tục đi tô màu nha các bạn. Nha. Nhạc này mà nhạc nhiều đi. Nhạc yêu.
Hy vọng.
Đời đời. Sáu giờ về nha. 6 giờ về. Biết thế. Bây giờ mình tông tô màu xong nha các bạn nha.
Hello. Xin chào tất cả mọi người. Chào mọi người nha. Ngày hôm nay là một ngày đẹp trời nên mình sẽ tô một sản phẩm đẹp nhất để cho mọi người xem. Và các bạn thấy hay, hãy cho mình một lượt like và một lượt đăng ký kênh để ủng hộ mình. Mình cảm ơn các bạn rất là nhiều. Và bây giờ mình sẽ đi tô màu thôi.
Bây giờ mình sẽ tiếp tục đi tô màu nha các bạn. Ê, cái gì trong mẹ chạm này thôi. Đấy. Nhìn cái này. Đấy, cái tiền trên này. Mình cái này đấy, chạm vào mỏ có phải rơi đâu, nó chạm vào cái dùng tay gì luôn cho nó chết. Cái giống cái tay gì bước này đeo xuống mời cái tay mà với xịn
thôi chịu xin mẹ có mà hỏng tai nghe tai
tay có hỏng đâu,
thôi tao chịu
tay đó tay nó hỏng đâu, đấy mới là cái tay nhà xịn.
Nó là xịn.
Rơi xuống nước đéo đét kiểu luôn nhưng nó vẫn đéo đét tải lắm.
Mình sẽ tô một xong với bọn em cho mình xin một
Món này khác đi, mà nó khó đi.
Mình đuổi lắm ấy, em một loại thôi.
Bỏ đi, mà cái này
Nè vừa
đuổi đi giờ.
đuổi vừa. Và dinh mà ta. Vào dinh vào 13.
Đi em. Đây.
Bây giờ mình sẽ
Thôi thế
ghi
này
tô
không.
mỏ nha các bạn.
Yêu đời tí. Là như em. Tí chân không phải để chớ đâu. Hỏi khác đơn dài nhắn đi em. Đến chân trời lòng đã tìm thời với em lòng về em muốn nói. Vậy là mình đã tô màu xong nha các bạn nha.